I love taking a look at direct-to-consumer clubs on this channel, and today I've got another one from a brand that's famous for their forged irons, but now they've got a new driver. This is the Ben Hogan PT Max. This looks absolutely beautiful, and on today's video, we're gonna throw it through the gauntlet to see how it performs. Now, this is an entire new line here in 2025 from Ben Hogan, and if you take a look here at the hybrid on your screen, you might have a good idea where some of the design cues came from. I'm sure the astute viewers out there can tell that this has a very Adams tight lies look to it. And if you did notice that, then you're a very smart person, because the designer that Ben Hogan tapped on the shoulder to design the PT Max line here actually came from that company and had a hand in designing the tight lies fairway woods. So we won't be looking at the fairway woods today, we're looking at the driver, but I'm excited for the pedigree behind it. Not only the Ben Hogan name, but the design team behind this one. Let's take a closer look. Here's your closer look at the Ben Hogan PT Max. Now, as you can see, really good looking club from address. You've got carbon fiber peeking through this gloss black. You've got really nice contrast here with the Ben Hogan logo serving as the alignment dot for this. It's really, really nice. Really deep face. As you can see, the shape of this club though is long, but not super wide. Now, most drivers today, we're seeing these big, long, even more than half moon shapes. This is more like just kind of a half moon circle type of look to it. At the bottom, this is kind of giving me Sim 2 Max feels. You can see that shape there. Very aerodynamic. You got a tungsten weight there for a little more MOI, and you've got a speed slot to again help in aerodynamics. Here's the profile, and again, if that doesn't remind you of a Sim 2 Max, I don't know what would. Very, very nice. Now, this is an adjustable loft driver. I've got this set at 10.5 degrees at the standard loft. You can go up or down a couple of degrees. You've also got a draw setting, so if you struggle with hitting balls right, maybe you are slicing them, this is gonna be an adjustment you can make. You've got the Tensei 60-gram stiff flex shaft here on this one. There are a couple of different shaft options. I just know that this is a good shaft for me. And you've got a Ben Hogan custom branded grip here. This is actually a lambkin grip, but it's nice that they've continued the branding here. Really nice package, and it comes with an equally nice head cover. I love the patriotic red, white, and blue colors there, and that gold. It just looks high-end. It also feels high-end. This is a little higher quality. It's not real leather, but it's a higher quality pleather than you're gonna get on most direct-to-consumer clubs. It's just a really nice package. Time to put this one to work. All right, first test here. Just gonna get a feel for this driver. We got a straightaway, kind of pretty narrow par 5, but let's see what we can get out of it. I've got my Garmin G80 here. We're going to get club stats. You'll get some stats as it flies off the club head, and then we're also going to get GPS here to know exactly how far they went. People are always asking me what this device is, so I will leave a link to it down below if you're interested. All right, first shot here. I'm actually going to try to cut one. I did not cut one, but I'll tell you what. For an early morning toe shot, which is generally my modus operandi, I hit it about here. It flew off the club very nice and high. It actually was drawing. I kind of double crossed myself. The club head speed was 102, the ball speed was 138, the smash was low because I hit that nowhere near the center of the face. It was 136. And the estimated distance there was 243. Landed, I think, right side of the fairway. It might be in the right rough, but it was a very good shot for where it was struck. All right, now this one I am going to try to draw. Groove that swing in first here. That one was hung way out to the right. Club head speed 101, ball speed 146, smash 144. The estimated distance on that one, 263. We got to straighten it out though, because that one started right, stayed right on me. That one's like almost a carbon copy of the last one. Club head speed 100, ball speed 146, smash 147. That's a nice number to see. Estimated distance on that, 265. Got to adjust my direction here. Club head speed there, 100, ball speed 149, smash 148, estimated distance 272. All right, let's go find him. So initial impressions in terms of sound and feel. The sound is a little tingier than I like, honestly, but it's not as egregious as things like the Tour Edge driver you've seen me test, some of those older pings that sound very plastic. It's not that, but it's not a rich thuddiness that I love, I've got to say. In terms of feel, my number one thing with feel is, you know, you want to feel compression when you hit it in the middle of the club face, and I certainly felt that the one time I did. And I certainly could feel where on the club face I was striking the ball. So in terms of feel, that's pretty good. That shaft seems to make me want to push things off to the right a little bit. So we'll just have to monitor that. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments here to my stance and my club path, but we should be able to get that. Let's see how far these rolled out. This is the first one that was severely off the toe. All right, so to be back on the right side of the fairway, we certainly lost distance because our better ball's up there about 15, 20 yards, but it could have been a whole heck of a lot worse. And distance-wise, I'd call that pretty darn good, especially in the morning. It's dewy out here, 251. Here's our ball in the middle, and we've hit the 270 mark. In fact, 271 is the number here. Dead middle of the fairway. Well, I can't say dead middle, just slightly left center. Really nice. And again, I don't feel like that was my best swing either. I think the two that we actually pushed off to the right were better swings. The trees are probably gonna hold up the distance over there, but once I made the adjustment and hit that one here, I didn't think I quite caught it. These two got hung up in the woods that I pushed right. So 242 is the number on that one, and 253 on this one. So good distance for getting hung up in the trees, but these I think would have gone 275 plus easily if they would have been in the fairway. So I think this driver has a lot in the tank. I'm gonna try to find it here on hole number 2 and continue to test. Let's go. All right, this next test is going to be a workability test. So we're gonna test and see if we can really shape our shots. And as you know, I generally hit a draw. So first thing I always like to test is a bit of a fade. So in order to do that, I open up my stance a little bit, place that ball a little further in my stance as well, and I try to take more of an outside to in swing. We'll see if we can pull it off and see how workable the PT Max is. Also, a lot of people like to play their fade shots from the right side of the tee box, and I like to play my draws from the left side. We will do that here as well. All right, shot one here. I'm aimed, just so you know, you can see that bunker out in the distance. That's my aim line, and then we'll see if we can get this one to peel back. Oh yeah. Excellent. That peeled back so much, honestly, that we finished right at the cart path. And I don't mind overcooking it a little bit here when we're testing. Give that one more shot from the fade swing. And that had a really nice feel to it because that was middle of the club face as well. Yeah, really nice workability there on the fade. That's peeling right back to the right side of the fairway, and it seemed to have kind of a lower trajectory, which really had that one rolling out. I think the spin on this driver is going to be a little bit low if we were to look at spin numbers. So for you high swing speed players, I think you might really appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna move to the other side of the tee box here because now we're gonna see if we can hit a different type of shot. I'm gonna tee this one up a little lower. We're gonna play it a little more middle of my stance now, and I'm gonna aim out to the right because I want this one to be the wind cheater. We're gonna see if we can direct this ball right to left. Keep it low and under the wind. That one stayed right out there for me, but I may not have exaggerated my swing enough either. So let me try that one again. With this, I really gotta take it inside. Yeah, that was the opposite of that swing. That was a smother hook. Somewhere in between those two swings would be perfect. And there it is. So, from what I can tell, really excellent workability here out of the PT Max. Let's go on to the next test. All right, time to take some rips. We're gonna go max club head speed, as much as I can get it up to. This year, 109, I think I topped down at. Anywhere close to there would be great, and then we'll see how far this one flies. I think our top driver was around the 290s this year. It's possible. We don't have any wind behind us or anything like that. It's very still conditions out here, but this seems to have a lot of pop. We'll see how far it goes. Well, again, that one not caught in the middle of the club face, but it could have been a lot worse in terms of a result. Club head speed 105, the ball speed was 153, wow. Smash factor 144, and the estimated distance there 283, but that didn't quite get the peak height, so it's not gonna get that kind of distance. Shot two here. That one's moving down the left side as well. Club head speed 103, ball speed 153, smash 148. Estimated distance there, 284. Again, I'm not quite catching these in the middle though, I don't think. There's more in this tank somewhere. Again, another one that was a little off the toe. It's gonna be just fine in the middle of the fairway. Club head speed 105, ball speed 150, smash lower 142 for that toe shot. And the estimated distance 274. I gotta catch one in the middle here. There's the launch I was looking for. It's just a little right of where I'd like to be. That went a long way. Club head speed 103, ball speed 151, smash 146, estimated distance 279. One more. I'd say I hit that one slightly low on the club face, but again, I think I blew it past the fairway here on this dog leg. Club head speed 105, ball speed 150, smash 143, estimated distance 276. Let's go find them. Now, I'll still say I don't think I caught any of those dead middle of that club face. And some of those smash factor numbers were pretty telling on that. So forgiveness wise, I don't know how many fairways we hit here, honestly. We hit at least 1 or 2 of those shots, but I think 4 of them are gonna be either on the right side or on the left side here. Forgiveness may be the one spot in this club that could be lacking a little bit. Certainly you're getting great distance numbers. You can see that with the smash factor and the ball speeds coming off this. And honestly, when you've got a club that has great workability, very often you're going to have a club that misses fairways a little bit more often. It's not going to be quite as consistent of a driver. So these balls, I don't think they launched very well. So even though our launch monitor was giving us good numbers, they're not going to be quite as far as we'd like them to be. 233 is the number here. We've got 241 here, again in the bunker. Both of those were pulled and not very well hit. This one was, I thought, a good result for, again, where it was struck on the club face, because it wasn't middle of the club face, but we are dead middle of the fairway at 241 as well. The 2 best ones are over here on the right-hand side. Again, I hit them so good, we hit them past the dog leg, but they did get caught up in the rough. I'm getting 255, and this is the one that launched really nice and high, and this one 266. So this test, I want it to be a max distance test. I think it became more of a forgiveness test, to be quite honest with you. So I think I learned a lot from this club, and I'll be giving my rankings here after we give this one more chance to see how far I can hit it. All right, so we're gonna try the max distance test here once again, but we got our forgiveness test in. I got a good idea of that. We're a little into the wind here. I'd say it's blowing maybe 5 miles an hour in our face, so it's gonna cut down distance just a touch, but the launch monitor will also give us a good idea of how well we hit these. That is the first one I can say I really struck in the middle of this club face. Got nice peak height, launched really well. Club head speed was 101, the ball speed was 148, and the estimated distance there, 269. Shot 2, see if I can get the swing speed up a little higher. I did, but might be in a different fairway. It's not quite that bad, it's off in the woods though. Club head speed was 103, ball speed was 151, smash 147, and the estimated distance there, 278. Got the club head speed up there, 104, ball speed 153, smash 147, the estimated distance 285. That one's gonna be over there in the left rough though, near a bunker, but that was really well hit. Last one. Again, really well struck, but favor on the right side. It's gonna be in the right rough. Club head speed 103, ball speed 150, smash 145, and the estimated distance 275. Let's go find him, and then we're gonna rank this club. All right, here we are. Our lone soldier in the fairway is at 271. All right, we've got 263 over here in the right rough, but we've got another one that's even longer than this. It's our longest one, 275. 268 over here on the left side. All right, time to rank the PT Max here from Ben Hogan. So in terms of distance, I think that this is really a standout category. You're getting really great ball speed. You're getting a lot of distance. And again, I think having a little bit lower spin than some of these other drivers on the market, you're also gonna get a lot more rollout out of it. I'm gonna give this 4.5 out of 5 stars in terms of distance. It's a really good performer, and I didn't hit very many in the middle of the club face today, but when I did, they were really good. When it comes to forgiveness though, that's where this one is going to lag behind a bit for me. And again, we saw it here. I only hit 1 fairway. I was trying to swing hard, obviously, so I was swinging a little bit out of my shoes, but only hitting 1 out of 5 fairways, that's going to make golf a little bit more difficult for us mere mortals. So for me, in terms of forgiveness, I'm gonna give this one 3 out of 5 stars. When it comes to workability though, that's again where this club, I think, really shines. And I'm gonna give this 5 out of 5 stars here in terms of workability. It's almost maybe too workable for some. Just like a Ben Hogan blade, it's gonna be a driver that's, I think, gonna be meant for the lower handicappers out there, the folks that can really make good contact. Now, when it comes to aesthetics, looks, feel, sound, and I really love what I see. The only, again, nitpick for me would be maybe sound-wise. It's a little higher pitch than I like, but the looks are beautiful. The feel coming off the club face, excellent. So I think 4 out of 5 stars is what I would give it. And then in terms of value at $379, again, 4 out of 5 stars. This is going to sit considerably below a lot of the options on the market from the big OEM brands, but there are also a couple of DTC drivers, sub 70 comes to mind, and a couple others on the market that are going to be sitting a little bit lower and are also really good performers. So I really think that if you're a person that's looking for max distance out of a direct-to-consumer driver, probably the longest one I've seen. And again, if you're someone who really wants to shape their shots, this is going to be one you really want to look at. All in all, really enjoyed this driver. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you want to continue the direct-to-consumer driver journey, I've got a video right here you're going to want to take a look at, and I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.